All right, welcome back. We're going to be on lesson 3, which starts on page 13 of your workbook. And today I actually want to start off with a little puzzle. So let me share this puzzle here with you. Okay, so here is the puzzle. Let's see if I can get that all on the screen. And it says, "Who am I?" here at the top. And I think we're missing a clue here. Okay, so who am I? I'm an even number. So we're looking here for a 3-digit number. And it says I'm an even number. My digits are all different. Okay, so each digit here is different. I'm greater than 319. My hundredths digit is less than 7. So this is the 1, 10s, hundreds, okay, or unit digit that they have there. And then it says U equals 1 plus H. So this digit here is 1 more than this digit. My tens digit is my largest digit. So that's that number right there. My hundredths digit is my only odd digit. My units digit is 1 more than my hundredths digit. The sum of all 3 of my digits is 19. And my units digit is not 4. So I'm going to kind of give you a strategy here to work this out, and then I'm going to stop and kind of just let you work here a little bit. So we know that each number in here can be 0 through 9. So if we list them out, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if we list them out on each one, then we can go through and maybe cross out. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can go and cross out some that may not work. Okay, so we can start with my units digit is not 4. So we'll use this last clue here. The units digit is not a 4. So we could come here and we can mark out a 4. Okay, so I'm just going to stop here and give you a little bit of time to maybe work through some of these. The video will continue. You don't have to pause it, but I'm just going to stop talking. Okay, we're going to work through this together. If you still want to try to solve the puzzle on your own, you can pause the video and do that. Otherwise, we are going to kind of talk through how we can maybe solve this number here. Okay, so a couple things to keep in mind. My digits are all different, so you don't have any repeats. I am an even number, okay? To be an even number, this units digit or this ones digit has to be an even number. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So we can go through here and cross out all my odd numbers. So it can't be a 1, a 3, a 7, a 5, or a 9. Okay, but the others could be odd or even, it doesn't matter. So all my digits are different. I am greater than 319. Okay, so that's pretty helpful because that helps me figure out this hundreds digit. So it can't be a 0, it can't be a 1 or a 2 because those would lead to numbers less than that. So it has to be a 3, at least a 3 in this spot. So the smallest number with the available numbers I have, the smallest number I could write here is 300. And I know it can't be a 300 because it's got to be bigger than 319. So we're going to have to cross this 0 out right here. And now we can look and see, whoop, I don't want to cross that out. Because if I cross that out, that gets rid of 400, I could be 400. So we're just going to look at the 100 spot for that one. My 100 digit is less than 7. Okay, so we're going to cross out the 9, the 8, and the 7. So then I have my options here of 3, 4, 5, 6 for the hundreds. U is one more than the H. Okay, so here's H, and then it's one more than that. So if this is a 3, then that means this would be a 4. Well, this can't be a 4. We've marked it off, so that means this can't be a 3. If this was a 4, that means this would be a 5. This can't be a 5. We've marked it out. If this was a 5, this would be a 6, and it can be a 6. If this was 6, this would be 7. It can't be a 7, so this can't be a 6. So you notice here I've marked out all the numbers except for 5. So that makes this a 5, and this one spot is one more, so that makes that a 6. Okay, and if we go back here, all my digits are different. So that means that this can't be a 6 and this can't be a 5. I'll definitely be greater than 319. Okay, my tens digit is my largest. So here's the 10, it will be the largest. So it actually cannot be smaller than, smaller than those two numbers. So that's 4, 0, 1, 2, 3 that we can mark out. My hundredths digit is the only odd digit. Okay, well, 7 and 9 are odd, so that can't be odd. So the only thing left here is 8. And so the number is 586. So if you got that, good job on that. Okay, let's go to page 13. So we just want to kind of break things up there with a little puzzle. So we're going to be on lesson 3, which is page 13 of your workbook, and we're going to work through some of these. So in this, we're looking at checkerboard pieces. And the thing to know here with these checkerboard pieces are that if you have a black piece, that is a +1 or a 1. And if you have a red piece, that is a -1. So for the following problems, a black checker is worth 1, red checker is worth -1. The total score is found by adding the value of all the checkers. For example, in this, so you got 2 black and 5 red, the score is -3. Okay, so this is +1, +1, -1, -1, -1, -1, -1. There's a bunch of ways you could do this. You could know that if you have a black and a red, they cancel each other because the black is 1 and the red is -1, so they make 0. So you can cancel them out and you're left with 3 pieces that equal -1, which is a total of -3. Or you can say you've got 1 + 1 is 2, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 -3s. So 2 minus 5 is -3. Okay, so moving on here. So what is the score represented in each case? So you got 4 red, so that is a -1. So you got -1, -1, -1, -1. So you actually have -4 total. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 positive. Here we can say that those cancel and those cancel and those cancel, and you have a 1. Here you just have one set that cancels, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are -1, which is a total of -6 points. All right. If the score is negative and there are more black or are there more black or red checkers in the pile? So if the total score is negative, kind of like this one or this one, are there more red or black? And that would be red, because red are negative, so there'd have to be more red for the ultimate answer to be negative. If the score is positive, which color is ahead? Or which color has more checkers in the pile, black or red? Well, it is a positive score, and black is positive, so there are more black checkers. If the number of black and red checkers in the pile is the same, what is the score? So that means like there would be 4 black and 4 red. Well, we could cancel everything out, and the overall score there would be 0. Putting checkers in a pile has the effect of adding a positive or negative number to the overall score. Write a calculation to find the new total score of each scenario. Okay, so they've kind of started some of these for us. And it says black is ahead by 5, so we're ahead by 5. Find the new score if you put 3 red checkers. So we're going to add 3, which is a -3 checkers. So the overall score would be 5 plus -3 is +2. Red is ahead by 5, so that's a -5. Put in 3 black checkers, so we're adding a +3. So -5 plus 3 would be -2. Okay, so we've got, notice we switched the order here, and the scores, red versus black there. Okay, black is ahead by 1, so you got a +1. Put in 4 red checkers. So we're going to add -4 because the red is negative. And what do we get? Well, 1 plus -4 is -3. Red is ahead by 6, so that's -6. You're going to put in 6 more red checkers. So you got plus -6 again. So you have a total of 12 red checkers, and those are negative. Okay, so we can think when we're adding positive and negatives, we can think by using black and red checker pieces. Red is ahead by 2. So -2, and we're going to add to it or put in 4 black checkers. So -2 plus 4 is 2. So that total score there is 2. Red is ahead by 3. So red is negative. So -3. You're going to put in 4 red checkers. So plus a -4. So here you have -3 plus -4 for a total of -7. And you can kind of go up here to the reading. You have 3 red checkers and 4 red checkers. You have a total of 7 red checker pieces, which red is negative. Red is ahead by 1, so you have -1. And you put in 3 red checkers, so plus -3. What is the score? -4. So you could use this, or you can use like checkered. So you can say red, there's 1, and then you put 3 more red, 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 red. If you have a colored pencil or something, you can color those, kind of do what you need. Okay, so red is ahead by 1. So -1. And you're going to take out 3 black checkers. Okay, so you're going to take out. Before we were putting in, so putting in was the addition. If we take out, we're going to subtract, and 3 black would be a +3. So then we're going to say -1 minus 3 is -4. So the score there is -4, which matches here. But notice that these two are different. Here we're putting in, and here we are taking out. Okay. In problem 14 and 15, here and here, putting in three red checkers has the same effect as removing 3 black. Why do these actions have the same effect? Which color is ahead and by how many? Okay, over here we put in 3 red. Okay, so adding a negative. So on 14, we added a negative. Okay, and on 15, we subtracted a positive. Okay, adding a negative number is the same as subtracting a positive of the same number. Okay, we can switch those 2 signs, but be careful with that. I don't want you thinking that different rules with that, but I can switch these 2 signs right here. If I put a plus there, I can switch those 2 just in this case. Okay, so the amount on both is changed by 3. Okay. Pictures keep track of what you know. So again, they're kind of saying we can use those checkers there for that. Removing checkers from the pile has the effect of subtracting a positive or negative number from the overall score. Write a calculation to find the new total score for each scenario. Okay, so black is ahead by 5. You're going to remove 2 black checkers. So you have 5 minus 2 is 3. Black is ahead by 5. Remove 2 red checkers. Okay. So you got 5 minus -2. Now here's a little tricky part. When you subtract a negative number, you're actually going to add a positive number. Those 2 negatives make a positive, so your score is 7. Okay. Red is ahead by 6, so -6. You're going to remove 1 black checker, so that's a +1. So -6 minus 1 here. We're actually going to add, we can add a negative number here. Okay, so -6 plus -1 is -7. Red is ahead by 3, so -3. You're going to remove 6 black checkers, so minus 6. So here again, we're going to add a negative there. So -3 plus -6 is -9. Red is ahead by 7, so -7. You're going to remove 3 red, so that's -3. So here we're going to add a positive. Okay, so -7 plus 3 would be -4. Black is ahead by 1, so 1. You're going to remove 5 black checkers. So 1 minus 5 is -4. Write about checkers to make sense of the calculation. So -15 plus -4. So you could say red is ahead by 15. And then you can we use the same verbiage over here as put in because of plus. Red is ahead by 15. Put in for red. Okay, so for red, that would be the -4 there. Write about checkers to make sense of calculation 5 minus -7. So black is ahead by 5. Take away seven red. Okay, which would make that the takeaway or remove is what they use. Is that minus, and then the red 7 is at -7. Okay, so here's some puzzles, some number puzzles. I kind of like the puzzle we started off with, and notice that they kind of give you a clue of how to work this out. So I'm an even number, so that means that this last digit has to be some kind of even number, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. The sum of my digits is 16. And that's super helpful for us. Again, this could be 0 through 9. It doesn't matter. It doesn't say anything else. So the digits could be the same. This one could be higher than this one, or this one could be higher than this one. These are the only 2 clues that they give you. So if these 2 clues are satisfied from over here, then you're fine. Okay, let's use this fact, 16. Well, if this number is 0, then this over here would have to be 16, and I can't have that because I can only have 0 through 9 there. So this can't be it. If this number is a 2, this number over here has to be a 14, and that can't happen. If this is 4, this would need to be 12 to get 16. That can't happen. If this is 6, this would have to be a 10. I still can't have that. So this has to be an 8. And if we're adding the 2 digits to get 16, well, 8 plus what number gives you 16? That would have to be 8. Okay, so use a list here and kind of mark them off as you need to. Who am I? I am an odd number. So that means this one spot needs to be 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, an odd number. The sum of my digits is 2. Well, I can mark these numbers out because those are already above 2. So this has to be a 1. And in order to get a 2, this also has to be a 1. All right. I kind of went out of order here. Let's go to this one. I'm an even number. So you got 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. I am a perfect square. Okay, now if you don't know what a perfect square is when you take a number and square it and get that number. For example, like 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. So these numbers over here are known as perfect square numbers. Okay, and you keep going on forever. My digit is, my units digit, so this digit here, is twice my tens digit. So if this is a 1, this is a 2. If this is a 2, this is a 4. If this is a 3, this is a 6, so forth and so on. So this one is double it, okay? Now, we need to kind of use the perfect square here to figure out what we can have over here. So let's keep adding perfect squares here, figuring out what perfect squares are. So 5 squared is 25. 6 squared is 36. 7 squared is 49. 8 squared is 64. 9 squared is 81, and 10 squared is 100. So we know we don't need that one because it's only 2 digits. So here are my perfect squares, and it says I'm even. So we can go through and mark out all the ones that are odd, and that one. And my units digit is twice my tens digit. Well, that's not going to work. 16's not going to work. 36, this is double this, so it looks like 36 is going to be the answer. So sometimes you got to do a little more scratch work to figure out these numbers. Or if you get it in your head, that's fine as well. Just give me some kind of reasoning here as to why you chose it. I'm a multiple of 10. Okay, well, if you're a multiple of 10, your units digit is a 0. I'm between 4 squared and 5 squared. Well, we just figured out that 4 squared was 16. That's 4 times 4. And 5 squared is 25. That's 5 times 5. Now, the multiple of 10 between 16 and 25, if you draw a number line here, okay, here's 16, here's 25. What's that multiple of 10 in between there would be 20. Who am I? The sum of my digits is 4. Okay, my units digit is not 2, and I am an even 2-digit number. So the sum is 4. So if we go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we can't have anything higher than 4 because it won't sum up to 4. My units digit is not a 2, so this can't be a 2 there. I'm an even 2-digit number. Okay, well, this can't be a 0 then, because then I wouldn't have a 2-digit number. And these can't be odd, because it's an even 2-digit number. Well, if this can't be 0, then this can't be 4. So then this must be 0, and then this has to be 4. It couldn't be 0. I had to mark those out because it wouldn't sum up to 4 any other way. Who am I? I'm an odd. Okay, so that is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 in that units digit. U equals T. So that means that these numbers are the same. So that means these have to be a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 number as well. The sum of my digits is 6. Well, if these two numbers have to be the same, okay, 1 plus 1 isn't 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. I just realized I was muted that whole time, I believe. And we are, okay. So this one was 17. Hopefully maybe you could have followed me down here, but it's an odd number. So I only, or both of the digits are odd. So I only listed the odd numbers. Less than 20, I used that fact to cross out some of these because this number couldn't be a 9, 5, 7, or 3. And so this had to be a 1, and then my tens digit is 6 less. So that means this digit is 6 more, so we added 6. This number is a perfect square, so we wrote down our perfect square numbers. The sum of the digits is 9. Well, 6 plus 1 is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. 6 plus 3 is 9, so there's 1. 4 plus 9 is not 9. 6 plus 4 is 10. 8 plus 1 is 9. So I got those two. My units digit is less than my tens digit. Okay, so my units digit is less than this. My units digit is not less in that case. So 81. Okay, so you can work on the stuff to make you think and the tough stuff on there, or you can start some of the additional practice as well. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.